directly start praying for yourself and asking God to lead you out of this confusion. So many claimants to truth, and each one of them in essence claims that Allah is on his side, as if he is a door to God. He is a road to God. This is exactly the word of these are exactly the words of Jesus Christ. I am the way. You know? So every prophet has either claimed this, or he has been spoken of in these terms, that unless you approach God through him, you will not reach God. But now, not to mention those old prophets, there is a proliferation of the whole process in every religion. In Islam, there are different sects. They tell you that God is through their door and every other door is closed to him. So to avoid all this confusion, as I have just said, the simple, straightforward answer would be to reach out for God directly and to begin to pray to him. Another possible way, through academic search, would be to first of all determine what would be the right approach in academically sorting out the issue. Because if you just get drawn into this debate without first very clearly laying down certain principles for yourself, then it will be not possible for you even to settle the debate between two sects or two religions before your call has come from God, you know, that is within your lifespan.
Excuse me, interrupting you.
Yes.
What happened is I didn't have enough knowledge of the Ahmadiyya movement. I was referring to my knowledge to the Muni's principle. And I was keep asking Saf anytime I had chance, keep asking the question about, do you believe in such a thing? Which I found that is very similar. The principle is very similar.
Yes, the principles of the Muni's principles are quite enlightened as compared to the rest of the Christian sects. That having read that book and having met some Munis, I have come to the same conclusion, that they are enlightened. But just enlightenment would not be enough if you want a solid proof of truth. There has to be some reality somewhere which you can reach out, some tangible thing. So I am talking of that issue now. The principles, generally speaking, as I have compared the Muni principles with others, are quite enlightened. They are much more tolerant, in fact. Their view of the world, their philosophy of life is closer to that of Islam. If you compare that with the rest of the Christian sects, I agree there. But as I have just already said, if you begin to find out truth by studying all the religions of the world and finding out which one is more enlightened and which one is less enlightened, this is a task much greater than you can bear perhaps, and much, much longer in duration than your lifespan or the lifespan of so many other people who may follow you. So this is the dilemma. It is just a game of chance. You may come across in this wide search upon the right religion, and you may miss it altogether by a large pole. Maybe you have not even started investigation into some religion which is right in the eyes of God. So this is a very difficult game. This is why I said, first of all, you chart out certain principles for yourself.
Excuse me, there are some regulations in each section of religions different. Like example is like Buddhist people, for instance, they believe that they shouldn't eat meat, and it is haram in their own.
No, I am not talking of general. These detailed principles, detailed teachings. I am not talking of that.
Yeah.
What I am talking of is the fundamental issue involved. If a man like you or like somebody else really wants to search the truth, to reach out to God, that is the ultimate of every religion, of course, then how should he go about it? That is the issue which I am addressing at the present. And part of it I have already explained, that to my opinion the only possible sane solution would be to pray to God himself. Because if there is a God, it is meaningless to go to him if he is not interested in you. And if he is, and he is live, and he is powerful, and he is a constant phenomena, that is to say, all the phenomena we observe is a direct expression of his live interest. In that case, you should pray to him and seek guidance from him himself. That was the first part of my treatment of this issue. You follow?
Would you advise me to pray, on my own point of view, to approach to God?
Huh?
How would you advise me to pray? How could I pray to God?
Yes, I'll explain that. When you pray to God, the most important thing for you is, first of all, to put yourself to a very strong censure by yourself. Criticize your own self with an introspective study of what you really want. Now, if you first of all withdraw into your own being and find out whether you are really interested in reaching out to God or not. If you are you able to pay the price? If a price is involved somewhere at some stage. Because if you really want God, and the God of your imagination is not the God of reality, then you will have first of all to sacrifice your own views, your own concepts, for the sake of a God which is found elsewhere. For instance, if it is a Hindu who is praying, his concept of Krishna and other gods is so different from the concept of Islamic God that the first sacrifice he will have to offer ultimately would be to abandon all the previous views about God and change entirely, enter a new transformed opinion of God. And then suddenly hostility which he will begin to face all around him, the way of life, everything will have to be sacrificed to a completely new birth, new environment, new situations, new attitude to life, new restrictions on oneself. So this is not just a simple answer, I'm seeking and I have got God where he is. If God is found ultimately, he is found at some very heavy price, at the price of all these things and many more which one experiences after one gets to God. So before praying, you should be ready to sacrifice everything. Otherwise your prayer will not be meaningful. If you want to stick to the concept of God which has been inherited by you, or which you have acquired at some later stage of your life, and if you don't want to leave that concept and still ask God, I want you to lead me to yourself, that prayer will be false. It will be hollow and meaningless. So the most important thing for a true prayer in search of God would be to first make a solid determination and vow within yourself that when I am praying, then I am ready to follow him wherever he leads me, and I won't care a fig for whatever happens then. I'll accept the message given to me. I will not dilly-dally after I have received the message from him. So if you are determined to that extent, the first prerequisite